And now it's time for Joel's Gnomes.
Hello, welcome to Joel's Gnomes. I am Touko, the fun one. And it is the first Saturday in May. That means it's International Naked Gardening Day. No, we're not going to do a video nude. But, however, we are going to get anal in the garden today. And we are going to shear up this boxwood that has been formed into a pyramid topiary. Now, it's traditional when you have boxwoods to formally shear them up, prune them. You'll shear them probably 2-3 times a year. However, you don't have to do that. Boxwoods are very slow growing, and here's a variegated variety that we just planted about 5 years ago, and we left it to its own devices, and it's nice and fluffy and billowy, and it makes a beautiful backdrop to some of the more specimen plants that you might want in front of you. Now, a few words about boxwoods. They're not native to the U.S., however, they do extremely well here, and they're pretty much disease resistant. One big drawback for some people is in humid weather, they can smell like cat piss. And this does a bit, but if you don't mind that, boxwoods are a great establishment plant for your garden. You can prune them in pretty much any shape that you want. This is a pyramid. You can do round balls, you can do cubes, you can do all kinds of shapes. One shape you cannot do is Mickey Mouse, because if Disney finds out about that, you'll lose your house. So, whatever shape that you desire, you just trim it 2-3 times a year after it has its big growth spurt, but do not, under any circumstances, undercut it. Cut it down. So if you want a ball, just have it sort of a round, slightly indented at the base, because if you do undercut it and no light can get to the leaves, you are not going to get any more growth from the bottom. So pick a nice dry day to shear up your boxwood. First thing that you do is that you would get rid of any weeds or anything around the plant, because you will have a lot of little tiny green leaves when you're done, and you want to find out what you want to get rid of before, because you don't want to be cleaning up all those leaves and dig up any seedlings that you might want after that. Also, you are going to be doing a lot of contortioning around the topiary, and you don't want to step on anything that you might want to keep. So when you do a lot of all this work, you may want to stretch beforehand. Also, children, women in their 3rd trimester, and the elderly should probably avoid topiary boxwoods. So after you get rid of the weeds, then you will do an initial zhuzhing of the plant. Get out any dead stuff. You will put a tarp around the base of the plant that will catch all that stuff that you will be removing, shearing off, and it'll make cleanup a lot easier. And the final step after you're all completely done is you can mulch around it. So mulch afterwards, because those little tiny green leaves, you're not going to catch all of them, and they will dry to a very light tan color. So we use cypress mulch in the back, and it's a light tan color, and the leaves blend in well. But if you have a dark brown or a black mulch, those leaves are really going to show up. And if you're going to be anal enough to have a topiary, you want to have a nice, clean base around it. A good free tarp is a empty mulch bag. Just cut it in half and press it up against the base. So you'll do an initial light cut just to establish the shape of what you want, and then you'll do the finer tuning later on. So halfway through. the initial cuts done. After you do that, zhuzh it again. Take a look at it from all angles, even the top if you want, and then you just do a little bit of fine shearing, fine tuning to give it a nice sharp edge. Okay, we're all done. Alright, little boxwood. Nice and formally trimmed up. Who is your daddy now? Uh-huh. Looking good. So, if you like to get a little anal in your garden and discipline it a little bit and slap some order and some shape to it, then boxwood topiaries can be a heck of a lot of fun. So, once again, I'm Touko, I'm the fun one, and you've been watching Joel's Gnomes. If you like Joel's Gnomes, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. And we really, really appreciate you watching Joel's Gnomes. What? No, I don't have to wear them. It's just fun, okay? They're a nice accessory, okay?